Something that my human mind tries to reconcile is the desire for, or not the desire, but yeah, actually the desire for success or recognition or finding a place in this world while also being on an awakening journey. Can someone still have material success while they are awakening?
Why not? So there's there's this thing, we think enlightenment is benevolence. It's not, like the holier than thou person, no. Awakening is recognizing that you're not this human form, right? That you're part of the aware consciousness, that eternal aware consciousness, okay? And now knowing that, wow, now you get to do whatever you want with that, right? So if you want to have a lot of money, go after having a lot of money. If you want to have fame, go after that. If you want to go sit by yourself in a monastery, go do that. That's the beauty of knowing that, is that you can be whatever you want to now, right? There's nothing that stops you. Because once you touch into that, now you're able to manifest the things, right? So there's no, we have this idea, see, society puts judgment on certain things, right? Sex, right? Drugs, alcohol, and money. Like a religious person shouldn't have money, right? For some reason, that's bad, right? Those people that have all the money, like they're just bad people. Like money is just energy. Everything is energy. Money is energy. It's just another form of energy. So, as a friend of mine said to me one time, who made a lot of money, he said to me, "How could the universe is so abundant? Do you think there's a limitation on money? In your mind, do you think there's a limitation of money? But how could there be a limitation of money? It's just energy. Do you think there's a limitation of energy in the universe? Like, no. But we put those perceptions on it. We're told money and religion don't mix, right? And yet the Catholic Church is probably one of the richest entities in the world. So no, it's just energy, whatever you want to do with it. If you want to have money, that's not a bad thing as a spiritual person to have money. It's just another energy form. Now, what you do with it might be different, right? But no, that idea is just nonsense. It's just silliness. So but don't, when we try to tie that to self-identity as like I'm a rich person, that's self-identity. Now you're stuck in the psychosis. You can have the money without identifying with the money. I know many people who have lots of money and you would not know it. And I know people who have money and you know it, right? Because it's their identity, right? They walk around with their identity as money, But so it's all fine. Everything you do in life is fine. Just don't identify with it as this is who you are. It's not who you are. It's just all these different energies. So you just let go of that. And then you can experience the life and live the life you want. Yeah.
How does one tap into the energy of money? Or the energy of anything?
You're trying
right?
to make a lot of money? Is that what you're trying to do?
It's definitely something that I know a lot of people, including myself, there are very cultural, societal, like you said, like the barriers and the ideas of what money is and who deserves money and who doesn't. And you see people who are not necessarily doing the greatest things with a lot of money. And so there is definitely a disconnect for people. And if you want to make a difference in the world, oftentimes you do need some currency. So it is something that I've seen in my circles, at least, that there's a challenge around reconciling that energy of money. And frankly, we could probably replace money with anything, any other word, right? Like how do you let go and how do you tap into that energy so that you can manifest it? Yeah,
money is just a value system, right? And we put value on it and say this is what it's worth, right? And then we all go along with that, Might get in trouble for this one too. But when I see people going around with these huge diamonds on their rings, It's just a mineral from the earth. But humans have decided that this one's going to be worth money, or the gold is going to be worth money. Magnesium, not so much, right? We just decide it is, and then we put a value on it, but it's just a mineral from the earth. That's all it is, right? It's just something from the dirt, that's all. So the human then, that's the psychosis of it, right? The psychosis around money, right? That it's this and it's that, it's good, it's bad, it's evil, like, you know, it'll do bad things. Like, I grew up that way in Ireland, you know, like money is bad, money is bad. And that's what was in my brain about it. So it's what we put on the human. The human puts all these ideas on all kinds of things. That's the psychosis of it. There's no reason why anyone can't have money. It's just something. It's like food, right? It's just an energy system for our bodies. Food is an energy system that we use to get around and buy stuff and have commerce, right? And today, you know, you don't even see the money.
Right.
You don't even see the paper anymore. Everything's done electronically. It's just numbers popping on a screen here and there, and it's like, where's the money now? There's no money. It's just value here and there, and it's just thrown around, right? So I think you asked me, how do you get it?
How do you tap into that energy? Or like, because you said, you know, it is just a form of energy, and how do you manifest it then? You know? So
the idea of saying, I want money. You sit here and say, I want money. Well,
right.
Good luck, right? It's the, when you take the action, the money will come, right? You can't ask for the money without doing the action. In anything you do, right? There has to be an action. So it's, if you're going to work at something and you love it, if you love it, if you hate what you're doing, that's not easy to make money, right? You're forcing stuff, and you're going to be miserable no matter how much money you have. You're going to be miserable. But if you love what you do, and you put everything into that, right, it will come, right? You can't. Let me think about best way to explain this. You have to know that anything in your life that you want, you have to know that you already have it. You can't long for it, you can't wish for it, you can't hope for it, because those are actions that are not it. You have to be and act like it's already there. If you be, so the universe is this beautiful thing where, you know, our lives right now, your life, right, is because of how you have been living, right? Everything you have been doing is manifesting the life that you have right now, okay? So that means you're a fantastic manifester, because you've gotten everything that you put out. It could be in a stressful way, in an anxious way, like scared way. All those things have given you the experience of your life. So now it's up to you how you want to experience life. If you approach it from a place of joy and love and kindness and compassion and know that you already have the abundance, then the universe goes, oh, so that's how you are now. Okay. But if you're stressed about money, the universe, you know, there's no judgment. It's just like, oh, that's the energy you want? Well, then okay, because it's reflective, right? How you are is how your life is. What you have is how you are.
Now, if someone has never had a lot of money, let's just say, or you can replace money with like a relationship or whatever it may be, how do they act as if they have it or know that they have it if they've never felt it before?
Have you ever felt happy?
Yes.
You can't feel happy? You can't imagine yourself happy with money? Of course you can, right? That's the trap. That's the psychosis. Is like, I heard someone say one time, I will never have money. Like, then okay, right? That's the intention that goes out to the universe then, right? And the universe is like, okay, that's what you want, that's what you want. All you have to do is imagine yourself in situations where you have plenty of money and be happy. But we're so trained to think certain ways, right? That you know this, right? We're so trained from a very young age to think a certain way. It becomes so hard to change that thought. That is the psychosis of humanity. That's where we get trapped into thinking, this is how it is. No, that's how the human experience for you has been. But it's not who you are. It has nothing to do with who you are. That's the experience of the human. You leave that behind. And know that you're the eternal aware consciousness. I'm not my experience. All the experiences that you have had throughout your life have nothing to do with who you are. It's just a cup of tea. That's all it is. The cup of tea that you have, right? How much weight do you put on that? It's just a cup of tea, right? Every experience in your life is just like that. The problem is that we put importance on some, stress on others, anxiety on others, sadness on others. That's the human psychosis. We get involved in the experience as if that's what it's all about. It's not. Who you are has nothing to do with that. So it's really hard to get past that programmed thinking that we grow up with. I know that. It's a hard thing to get over. But step by step, you start to realize, if you start to awaken a little bit and realize, oh my goodness, that has nothing to do with me actually. It's not actually, that was taught to me, but it's not, it's just a thought in my head. It's not even a real thing, because where is it? Show me that. You can't produce that anywhere in any physical sense. It's just a thought running around inside your head. And because there's a thought running around your head like that, now you live your life that way. The energy of you is that, right? Where the energy of you could be completely different. So Lou, who he was a sensei of mine, and like I said, he made a lot of money. And one day I was at his dojo in California, and he said, "Come here." He walked up to the window. He looked outside. He said, "I want you to look at the people walking around outside." He said, "Tell me the ones that are in control of their lives and the ones that are not." And it was so easy to see. You could tell the energy of people by the way they were holding their physical bodies and walking. Downtrodden, worried, angry face. You could tell. And then the person walking around with them like, "Hey, I like this." The energy is different. He said, who you are is what you get out of life. Like the way you are is what your life's going to be. He said, "Which one do you want to be? Which one of these do you want to be? Which one do you want to be?" I'm like, "The happy person out there." He goes, "There you go. Do you want to be the guy head down?" No, then don't. That's your choice. It's absolutely a choice. But the programming, that's the one that's hard to beat. Mm-hmm. That's the one you got to go after. That's the one I said where, you'd rather face the firing squad than have to deal with that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And how do you hold faith? Maybe that's not the right word, but how do you continue on that path without seeing the evidence? Is that just part of the psychosis again, where
seeing the evidence of what?
Of what you were looking for in a physical form, I guess. It's because we are humans, and we are seeking, I think, the physical often. How do we go inwards and hold on to that and not get sucked and keep on looking outside of us and losing that hope or the desire?
Anything you do well in life takes practice. Anything we do takes practice. So if you think you're going to sit down and meditate once a month, and that's you're going to wake up, no, it takes a practice. So it has to become a daily practice for you to know and sit and be aware and have the thought in your head, I want to be awake. I want to be aware. I have awareness. I want to be more enlightened. That has to be a constant theme in your life every single day.